Shalom, Israel. Oh man, isn't this a great time to be alive in America? All praises to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We give acknowledgement to the angels of the four quarters of the earth, Michael of the east, Gabriel of the west, Raphael of the south, Uriel of the north. We give acknowledgement to Baal Shem Yahusha, HaMashiach Yahweh Shai. Acknowledgement to Ruach Akum Kadash, the Holy Spirit. Today is going to be, why do the wicked beg for mercy? It's amazing to me how all of the wicked are begging for mercy all of a sudden. Right? All of a sudden, just 10 years ago, really just 10 years ago, you know, the right race, they were just so boastful, so prideful, so proud. We did this, that, blah, 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 blah. We built this, that, blah, 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 blah. We've done all these things. But now that the reality is really hitting, you've proven that you could not have done none of those things because you can't handle the puny things that's coming upon you now, such as these fires. If you were so great, white man, you would have been able to put those fires out just like that. If you were so great, you would have been able to stop all these floods. If you were so great, you would have stopped that plane from crashing into that helicopter and killing all those people that rightfully deserve to die. If you were so great, you would be able to stop all these disasters that's befalling your race, befalling your people worldwide. As your race continues to decline in record massive numbers. Declining so fast that you needed to use immigrants to make up for those lost numbers because those numbers are so big. You would be able to stop all of this destruction that the God of Abraham is bringing upon you, your race, and what all the nations that got with you and what you did to his people, his lands, and the cattle, and the animals, the air, the sky, the soil, the water, all those things you will pay for. It's amazing to me when I get on these platforms and white folks talk so prideful and so boastful as if they've forgotten their history. That's the problem with you pasty heathens. You are so forgetful of just 6,000 years ago, you were in caves walking on all four legs having sex with sheep. This is what you were doing. It's amazing to me how you are just so forgetful that you are an infidel of a human being, if one at all. We can't even really call you a human being because you have known, it is recorded that you have tails. And humans do not have tails.
And it wasn't some ploy to get out of.
So that right there already tells me that you are a mutated hybrid that does not belong on this earth.
I suppose the real source of my anger is the darling.
But it amazes me. It's just so, it's hilarious actually. Because now you have been checkmated. All of you white nations have been checkmated by the God of Abraham, and that the only way out of this checkmate is death. You've been checkmated. Because the God of Abraham has shown that your military is useless, ill avoid. Your medical service and medical personnel, all that stuff is useless, ill avoid. It shows that your politics is useless, ill avoid. It shows that everything that you claimed was so great was actually nothing more but trash. Because when you look at the greatness that was here before all of this, before 6,000 years ago, before you heathens came out of the caves, you realize that this is absolutely nothing. It's amazing to me that now all of a sudden these wicked people are screaming for peace. This is why a lot of us black folks wanted Donald Trump to win. And it's not, it had nothing to do because we know prophecy, we know sacred text. We know that this entire kingdom is crashing. So we know that he was going to get in there and do the exact opposite of what the white folks thought he was going to do. That was the whole point. That was the whole point of the first election. Then you have them take away, you have them be away for a little bit, give you this, the Biden, and then bring him back because you're going to want him back. It was about giving you something bad, then giving you something worse to return back to what they wanted you to have to begin with. And just like dumb sheeple, the people brought it up. This is why I say people who pay attention to politics, they're right there are automatically marked for destruction because none of that has any weight. All of that is being puppeteered by the God of Abraham so he can set them up for their own slaughter. That's what's being done now. And anyone who has eyes can see that the end of the white man is so everly near, it's closer than we can. We wake up one morning, he's going to be done. He's going to be done. He's going to be done. And this is for the wickedness that he has done, how he has robbed the earth, the entire world. He has stolen, looted, and robbed. And isn't it funny how those are the main people that always talk about looting? It's like you looted the entire world. They had the audacity to be mad about looting. The delusion of the white man is crazy. Just like because I love getting on these platforms and trolling white people. I love it. I love it. So he was talking about that people think that 4 years of destruction, because there is a lot of homeless white people panhandling now. And he's talking about, well, people think that 4 years after all these natural disasters, that everything is supposed to be better. I say, yes, it's supposed to be better. The same way it was supposed to be better 500 years after 500 years of oppression. We were just supposed to overnight be better, right? And he got mad about that. See, when people break down your pasty delusion, because you people live in a delusion, you don't live in reality. Now reality is hitting your dumbasses. And now, oh my God, no. There should be no mercy for the wicked. You should all be thoroughly destroyed. You should lose your homes. You should lose everything, your children. You should be destroyed because from God's people, you've taken everything. So now everything should be taken from you. This is why you can expect to see more plane crashes. The ley lines have been shut off. You can expect to see more plane crashes. Matter of fact, this will become so evident, and we said this in 2020. I've said it in my past videos. It's going to become so evident that planes are just going to be falling out the sky as you're walking. Boom, 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 boom. And all of them are going to die. No survivors. Dead, 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 dead. It's going to get so bad with every day more plane crashes. Boom, because the ley lines have been turned off. That means these planes can't fly without the ley lines. See, that's what happens when you build yourself up in privilege, right? And because what I've noticed is that the white race cannot handle adversity. You cannot handle adversity like the rest of the people on this earth because you never had to face adversity because you rigged the game for yourself. Now, it's just like steroids, like a typical loser. A loser can cheat to win. And he can cheat for years at a time. But eventually, the game is going to get so tough that cheating is not going to be able to save him. He's going to have to actually have the talent. And he doesn't have that. And that's you white folks. You white folks do not have the mental capacity. You do not have the talent. You do not have the spirituality. You do not have the strength. You do not have the courage. You're cowards. You're lazy. You're dumb. You're uneducated. And all of this that you think is advancement is actually transgression. It's going backwards. Because you're so delusional and so corrupted in the mind, this is advancement to you.
Don't go. Let's hug it out. Come back.
And this is why the killings must continue. Because the God of Abraham must rid the earth of you people. And we told you this in 2020. The God of Abraham is going to take vengeance for what you've done against his children. And he's going to take vengeance on your children. And he's going to take vengeance on you. So expect more plane crashes, more bus crashes, more school shootings, more killings, more shootings, and even more shootings. That's on top of more natural disasters, more floods, more fires, and more outrageous snowstorms with obliterated amounts of snow. This is the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham. That book. These are the 10 plagues that shall bestow all the European nations. Psalm 83.
As soon as I get Chico back on Team Honey. Really?
So it's amazing now that they're all on these platforms crying about the new Trump policies. Wait a minute. See, because usually this is how it used to work when you white folks were in your blessing. You're under the curses now. You will vote for a president and all their policies were really against black people. You were perfectly okay with that. Now those same policies are now against you. And all of a sudden you have a problem with it. Well, too fucking bad. Fuck you and your children. Pick yourself up by your bootstrings and get the fuck over it. The same way you told my people. After the horrible, horrible environment and conditions and the horrible things you done unto my people for 500 years and continue still to this day, we still remain strong, beautiful, and bold. You white folks could never. Because most of you look like a bunch of backwood, inbred, ingrates any fucking way. And this is the truth of the matter. You fucked with the wrong God. And just like Hitler said, you touched the wrong people. And now you're all going to die for it. So do I feel sorry about that plane that killed all those people? No, fuck them. They all deserve to die. Because if the God of Abraham murdered them, you can guarantee they deserve to die. And that's the Most High telling you. The symbolism in that. The American eagle with the red hawk. Both of you shall together, your military and your nation together shall crash and explode. And all of you will be put to death. This ain't no game. Y'all thought this was a joke? And you talk about, well, we got to know. We've been living under these conditions for 500 years. It's just another day in the hood for us. But for you people, you're going to severely suffer. And suffering is going to be the new face of the white devil that we know. Selah, so be it. Shalom, shalom.